I'm a strange songwriter. You probably haven't realized that yet. You will before the night's over. I don't write to just everyone. Usually, as I'm reading through Scripture or a pastor's preaching or something, I catch a line or I write for a certain group of people. And this next song isn't for everyone. This next song might be for one person in the audience. It might be for two or three. And it's mainly for young men. As a matter of fact, it is. This speaks of the battle that's raging on in Christianity today and in our churches, where pastors have to literally fight everyone, tooth and toenail, for the glory of God, to get God's work done. And you know, that's not very appealing for a young man. And I don't think the Lord wants the ministry to be appealing. You know, the man of God's not a banker, folks. He's a man of God. It's a lot higher than that. It's a much higher calling than any other calling. And it takes a lot nowadays for a young man to realize and be called of God to go into the ministry. We don't want to make it appealing. And the reason is because we want that man that God calls to become part of his group of men, the men of God, to stand in the gap and make up the hedge. The call. Preparations for the battle have begun on every hand. Each man studies his terrain, where he will make his stand. When suddenly an arrow strikes a man of valiant might, a replacement now is needed, someone who'll stand and fight. The enemy is now engaged as the battle rages on. The soldiers all fight valiantly, their positions nearly gone. Their ranks are almost broken, swords cleave to every hand. Though outnumbered more than 2-to-1, they just need one more man. The commander is calling for a man to stand in the gap, shoulder to shoulder before another attack. For the enemy advances, and with your backs against the edge, can you hear the commander crying? There's no one to make up the hedge. One of the saddest scriptures is that the Lord sought for a man to stand in the gap and make up the hedge, but he found none. Then in the distance, a soldier comes running fast, bearing armor of the army, whose ranks may never last. He comes to join the few, the brave, the mighty heroes unsung. The commander looks down on the lad and says, "You are so young." The boy said, "Sir, the call went forth, ringing throughout the land, summoning a hero who would fight with the battle plan." No one else would answer our dear commander's plea. Then I stepped forth from the crowd, crying, "Here am I, send me." My commander was calling for a man to stand in the gap, shoulder to shoulder for another attack, for the enemy advances, and with your backs against the edge, I could hear my commander calling for someone to make up the hedge. The commander calls out victory. Our lines are now complete. This young man's willing heart, I see, will never know defeat. The commander is calling for a man to stand in the gap, shoulder to shoulder before another attack, for the enemy advances, and with our backs against the